My name is Scott Denton. I'm an agronomy account manager based out of the Greensburg office with Premier Ag, and with me here today is Larry Huffmeyer with Winfield United.
We're basically talking about the stage of the crop. We're fortunate to have had some rains. Our corn's in basically good shape. A lot of it's tasseling, or to tassel very soon. We basically got the factory built, and the rest of the season's all about keeping the disease out of the crop, insects off, and keeping it well nourished with the nutrients.
One of the things that we have the ability to affect late season in terms of keeping this factory going is a lot of the micronutrients, and we make a lot of very science-based decisions on micronutrients based off of tissue sampling we were able to do through our NutriSolutions program that has a lot of data to back it up. So two things we're going to talk about today is looking at both corn and soybeans for late season nutrition. So Larry, let's talk briefly here on looking at corn and what we can do late season nutritionally wise in terms of helping that factory really produce. So,
Yes, Scott. Yeah, once corn gets tassels, I mean, the factory's built, so we've got to keep it healthy. We got to keep the bugs off of it, and we need to make sure it's got enough nutrition to complete its life cycle. Winfield United has done a lot of tissue sampling over the last 10 years, and our data shows that at the VT R2 stage on corn, so like 3/4 of our samples come back deficient in both manganese and boron. And if a fungicide application is yet to be made on that crop, it's an easy fix.
yeah, and here at Premier Ag, in conjunction with Winfield United, we have an excellent product line that gives us the ability to make those amendments. The Max-In products, both make Ultra Manganese and Boron both separately or together in Ultra ZMB, gives us the ability to very easily tank mix with our fungicide applications and make these micronutrient amendments in season. All three products work very well to help correct our deficiencies in both manganese and boron. And so there's flexible options in terms of what we can do to make these corrections in season for maximum productivity from our factories. So in terms of looking at soybeans and late season management, our fungicide applications and nutritional requirements, slightly different than what we're looking at for corn. And Larry, do you want to touch on what nutrients we're looking at more specifically for soybeans?
Sure. Yeah, our soybean crop is approaching the R2, R3 stage, and historically that's when we make a lot of fungicide, insecticide applications to it. And our tissue sample data indicates that manganese is still very helpful at this time on these plants. So that's one of our needs. And do we have a product for that?
Yeah, so manganese is important in the soybean to really increase the overall plant health as well as maintaining our nodules and legumes specifically. So the products that we use typically to make manganese corrections in deficient situations is Max-In Ultra Manganese, which gives us that added boost in with our fungicide application to help us retain more pods. And a little fun fact on that is that every pod that is retained is an increase of 3 bushel an acre. So if we could retain one more 3-bean pod per plant, that's going to give us a 3 bushel increase in addition to increases that we see from insecticide and fungicide applications late season. So
excellent, Scott. I mean, that's what we do in beans is whatever we can do to keep the foliage healthy, keep the plant fed, and keep the bugs from chewing on the foliage or chewing on the pods. That's what gives us our yield increase here late season on soybeans.
Well, Larry, thanks for sitting down with me today and talking about some of our late season management topics in terms of fertility and tissue sampling, things we can do to make these late season amendments to really maximize the crop and the factory that we have built so far this season. We miss seeing everybody at all of our customer meetings and our answer plots this season, obviously due to some circumstances. But be sure to reach out to your Premier Ag account rep with any questions regarding late season nutrition. And we'd be happy to help you take some tissue samples or set you up and some more information and data on the things that we talked about today. Thank you for your time.